Welcome back. It's correct. Hang on. I'll hook you up in a minute here. I got to go to Costco and let me see here. Coupons. Gotta go there. Might as well take you along for a spin today. Oh, little woman was in here. You can't get in after she sits in here. Alright, let me hook you up. She is 17 degrees out. Or so. We'll find out in the car here in a minute. And grocery list, plug in the mobile. Well, you didn't hear that right. Don't have a mobile phone here. Ooh, it's only 16 out. I'm not exactly wearing my winter jacket here. Have to think this out. I'm gonna go get a coat. Well, oh, we can turn the heat up too. There we go. Okay, so we got heat. That. Oops. Rear wiper. I'm gonna go get a coat. It's too cold. There we go. Okay, let's go and deal with that first. We're having smoked pork chop tonight. Here, I'll wear that mask. Alright. There we go. Okay. Flip. I cut the entirety of the property yet. Well, no, I didn't quite do it all. Didn't go over the hill. But I did cut an excessive amount of, well, I cut all the grass. Let's just plain and simple. I didn't go over the hill, but close enough. I wasn't planning on doing that. Actually, wasn't planning on doing any mowing yesterday, but once I started on Lover's Lane, the bug was there, so I discontinued. Then I went and got the weed whacker out because the battery was fully charged. Oh, one thing led to another. And I think I'm going to evaluate me, excuse me, split that wood up. I'll try it with the maul here, see how that goes. coat. Winter's coming. Tomorrow's supposed to be 25. Whatever that is, that's a warm day. But here, winter comes, fall comes quick, let's say. All 4 seasons come fairly quick. So we gotta go get dog food, which is, that's funny. Maybe it's because I got boots on. Oh, people got mail down here. For some reason, the accelerated pedal seems to be soft. First, the wife had it yesterday. She burned a quarter tank of gas as well. And it reminds me I should throw a pair of work gloves in here now that it's getting cool out, so that when you go and fill up the gas at the pump, you don't freeze your mittens off. I talked to my neighbor here on the left yesterday. He pulled in with his tractor and he had 3 bales of hay on it. Told me that he was going to get probably close to 2,000 bales off my neighbor's property, and that was pretty nice to know that most of the neighbors here rallied up and gave him the hay that was growing on their land for free. Which means he's got enough hay to feed his 13 cattle, his goats, his horses, and whatever for the winter. And he had a big smile on his face. That was, as far as farmers go, when you get something like that done, it is a huge relief. He was saying he took a peek in our 2 upper fields, and he says he might come back towards the end of next month, being this is the end of August, and see if it grows enough to hay it once more. That would be, well, not premium feed, but it would be probably better than the first cut he got because of but it's good anyway. Lover's Lane don't look too bad. I gotta get the other side where the little trees are that I planted. Fish those guys out. And there's a place up by the where I intend on mounting the tire, but I've got to put some more holes in it just to make sure the water stays drained out. And we'll tie that up. And happy days. I was pretty tired yesterday after that completed the mowing. And I noticed that there's some nasty little burdocks left, and I should only have to mow maybe 1 or 2 more times, and that'll be it for the winter till spring. Today I was going to go into the woods if it was supposed to stop raining. But it don't look like it's supposed to rain on and off all day. I was going to go to the woods and start bringing the rounds back. But what I was thinking of doing is, say, throw 4 rounds in the back of the wagon, drag them up to my wood splitter in the garage, and them at least so they'll dry out, and start piling them up that way. I could maybe even quarter them, but our fire pit's designed for burning a lot of wood at once, so I don't really want to get it too small, because for the fire pit, that is, because we do have a lot of brush that needs trimming and burning. If some wood chipper company out there wants me to demo their wood chipper that I could pull behind a lawnmower, I'd be more than happy to do that next year. It would really help out the garden and help beautify the property. Just saying. So now, gosh, I get that freaking chill in me. It's nice out today, just even if it is cold. What the hell's going on here anyway? There, we don't need that blasted away. 21 degrees. We'll warm it up another one. Make it 22. The house is 20. It seems somebody turned it up to 21. And it wasn't my wife, and the only other person that was there is not there anymore. Because we have those big fluffy white dogs, we keep the temperature at 20 degrees almost year round, except winter. But it's a little bit too cold for us. We turn it up to 20.5 or 21, which is still cool by a lot of people's places. And right now, Ice has got his nose out of joint because a puppy's playing with Storm of all people. And Storm's laughing it up because he's not lonely so much anymore. So Ice has become very needy. Like, pet me, oh my God, pet me, I'm so lonely, he says. It's driving us freaking nuts. And he'll lay on the floor, because he's too lazy to sit for any length of time. And what he does is he paws away at me. And he's got a paw on him that he could leave scratch marks in glass. Oh, right. Let me see. I gotta go across the river first, then to Costco. So we're gonna go the Keswick Ridge route. We had a bear right close to the house, and I'm thinking about it. If I do it, I'll get caught and I'll get shot. To see if they got what they got in Canadian Tire, which is one place I guess I look in town. game cameras or trail cameras or whatever you want to call them. But that'll be at least a place to reference them up and close. And that way I could probably add some pictures of the wildlife that's around. The cage, or the trap, it was out in the middle of the path by the garden. It wasn't in the woods anymore yesterday. So I've got to, looks like I got to throw out that tin that was in there. It's been in there for a few weeks. It's kind of turned liquidy. It probably doesn't smell right anymore. And I'll open up another tin, see if I can catch myself another raccoon. But being that we got a bear, a real bear, really close to the house, I mean, you can hit him with a baseball. Haven't seen him. That's why I was thinking about getting the webcam. There you go. Needs a little tracker. Who makes that? Honda. Geez, I'd like one of those things. Then I can just forget about mowing the property. I just freaking flatten it with the tires. Rip her up. No, that's not going to happen. And another thing I decided to do yesterday, if you noticed on the way out, I don't know if I didn't, I'm going to start blowing all that freaking hay that I'm cutting in the front 2 lawns there out onto the road. I'm always struggling with what happened last winter with the rock in the snowblower, and it made a hole and caused me all kinds of grief over the winter. Just letting the grass grow on the driveway instead of trying to keep it off. And then there's weeds, and then I can't keep them out. I just mow the driveway instead. That should work all right. Oh, that's another thing I forgot today. The internet, I noticed, uploads videos real fast. But it doesn't do anything else very fast. We can't download anything very fast. It's always being interrupted, losing connection. Your connection's no good. Bad connection. Yada, yada. So I think the best thing to do is, what I was supposed to phone the company, making an appointment for them to come and fix it. Of course, they've already been there 3 times this summer, 4 times this summer, and they haven't fixed it yet. And I sure don't want to be put on the satellite version of ours. Like, we connect to a tower, and the tower's strength isn't very strong. So what happens is we always lose the connection. They had us on WiMAX, and it seemed to work not too bad most of the time. And then all of a sudden they decided they're going to cut the service on it. Of course, they forget to tell us. And every time the phone dies, we have to go to the neighbor's place because they've got a regular landline, meaning it's wired from the street to keep their business going, because they could never use this ExploreNet like what we've got. Geez, it's nice down here. And we got some old lady dawdler here in front of me now. Come on, let's go. There we go. So, it's been a good couple of weeks that I stopped using nose spray, and my post-nasal drip seems to be coming around a little bit better than it was. I'm not hacking my lungs out. I've been using this thing called the nasal rinse. That seems to be not too bad. Oh, what do we got going on here now? Come on, for frake's sakes. Careful. There goes the DNR. I'll die if this person turns left. Oh, good. Turns right. There we go. Yeah, we can turn the heat down a little bit. The fan. Country roads, eh? Stop signs are kind of optional in the country. And here we go, post-nasal drip time. And we have almost a couple of hundred cases of COVID in New Brunswick right now. It seems that the fourth wave has got us as well. And I do have my shots. So, I think I'll still wear a mask a little bit more often than I have been, because we don't have to anymore. I just don't want to get sick, period. And I'll go and get me the flu shot when it's available. I'll check in on that. And some people wonder why you get the flu shot, you get the COVID shot, the polio shot, rubella, tuberculosis, and tetanus, and all these shots. Well, I'm kind of preserving my body, to be honest with you. I like it when it's kind of living. So that's why I think it's a good idea to keep yourself protected doesn't mean that people that don't want to get in one, or they can't have one because of their illnesses or whatever. But we need to look after ourselves. We need to look after this planet, period. We haven't been doing very good in that department. Oh boy. I'm telling you, this freaking accelerator pedal seems pretty late to the touch. I've been up since 6. So I'm a little tired today. Again. Wowie. And we have an election coming up on the 20th of next month. I guess I gotta see who's running besides Trudeau and O'Toole. And we also got Jigme Singh running. He's a fellow with a turban on. Good luck. And then I think we got a black woman. She's running for the Green Party. And I'm not sure what else there is out there. So before I go and vote, and I already know that I'm not going to vote for one of them, the current one, who, just because he's a prime minister doesn't mean he can just keep giving people's money away. He's been giving away excessive amounts of money. And that's got to stop. I don't mean you can't spend money, but spending money, spending other people's money and not being held accountable for frigging up, got to stop. But I should check to see what these people up here pay for taxes. If you can click on gonb.ca, I believe it is. It comes in 2 official languages. Everything here in New Brunswick does. You can zoom in on a piece of property And you can see how much people are paying for taxes. Well, there's that freaking guy out there with his water bottle, his shorts and his socks. Man, what a fashion statement. Well, at least he's out there walking. Jeez, here we go. Oh yeah, it's almost impossible. You can't not cough. So what happens is my sinuses start stripping down the back of my throat. Causing me to cough. Once I clear my nose, there we go. Wow. There. That's getting better. And I'm not sure if it's allergies because I tried Sinotab, Reactin, Claritin, and it didn't stop it. It's not as bad as it was, but holy man. Oh, we missed the light. For those of you that don't know, this is called the Head Pond, which is on the St. John River. Oops, somebody lost their muffler there. New Brunswick has a lot of roads with a lot of mufflers and other car parts because of the conditions of their road. Oh, that's weird. I can feel this thing wiggling when that truck pulled on behind me. Alright. So the first thing we got to do is we got to go in and change the shower hose. Because the one they gave us isn't the right one. Unbelievable. Nope, where's this guy? And we should be going in a second here. And there we are. And we don't want to go too fast, because one day they're going to put a camera here and everybody's going to get a ticket. There's a covered wagon, Pilgrim. There we go. Excuse me. Fredericton. I suspect I got allergies, but I don't know that for sure. I know that the nose spray, since I was about 20, which makes that 50 years already, is something that I use excessively. So I don't know what kind of damage my sinuses have. But it wasn't working anymore. And believe me, it's hard to get to sleep when you can't breathe. Okay, now we're on First Nations property. We have to slow down. Make sure that we don't speed. Hey, local marijuana. There you go. You can go up there and you can get yourself some pot. You can get pot in town here. And if you're at the city, they've got an excessive amount of pot to buy on the reserves. Imagine that. Well, they're not manufacturing it all. So I wonder where they're getting it from, and I could only guess. They got to be in cahoots with somebody. Alrighty. For sale. Oh, there's a nice big house up there on the other side of the river. little dump truck. So talking to my farmer there, he's still needs me to go down and mark and pick rocks out of the big field down below. I don't mind doing that because he's going to come and plow up the geothermal spot and hopefully seed it as well next spring. And then he can have that, after that, he can have the hay. I get to look at a nice field. He looks after it. And all I got to do is mow the little piece in the middle for the trails in and out. He's going to help me get a large cedar log out after freeze up. So we can turn that into a bench for me and my wife to utilize. And I might even split the log down the middle with a chainsaw. It depends if the chainsaw is big enough or not. I think I'm going to slow down here, yeah. And I'll have a couple of benches that we can set out that we can use for when we're walking the dogs. Maybe put a permanent one, well, just replace the bench that's out there now, where there is a bench, and maybe put another one somewhere else that doesn't have a lot of weeding, or I don't have to weed whack and all that kind of stuff. Not sure where. Have to think about it. Which is perfect. Now, I'm not sure whether or not to burn it, and whether you can sit on it after you wash it off, just to help seal it. I have to give that some thought. If anybody knows if I can burn the inside of a cedar log and get it clean enough so that you can sit on it without making your clothes dirty every time you sit down. I've got a thing called a tiger torch, which is like a flamethrower you hook up to a propane bottle that would easily burn it, and that's to help make it so that it's more resistant to the water sitting on it. We'll see how good of a job that does if I split it in half at all. They also have a log shave for taking the bark off of it if I do that too. There's a nice looking barn. Interesting. I watched a video on these old barns, and a lot of the timber that came off, or that they used, came from dismantled ships. I thought was pretty interesting. Alright, let's slow it down some more. Oops. What are they selling here? Corn. Imagine. I like my corn. I don't like the rattling dash. What's that guy doing up there? He's having to pee. Hey, yes, sir. All right. Wonder how far they come along on the new building they're building on the right here. It's probably part of the seniors complex. Oh, got a speeder. Somebody didn't like following. Whoa, watch out here. Let's see. Right here. They're going up pretty quick. Come on now. Get yourself sorted out, folks. And here we go. And we seem to have a fair amount of Dodges out here. Okay, come on, green light, let's go. Come on. This will be the end of the video shortly, because I got a lot of things I got to do here. Be running back and forth, and the battery's near dead. 50 minutes, yeah. Pretty near dead. Oh, look at the price of freaking fuel here. 132.9. There we are. Fisheries and Oceans Canada. Well, I got news for you. The friggin' water, the salt water's about 2 hours from here. Yes. Okay. So we'll see you folks tomorrow probably, unless I do something when I come home. Bye for now. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to like it. Make sure you, and make a comment too, because I answer them all, or delete them if they're not appropriate. Okay, bye-bye, bye-bye. Okay, it's okay. There's a big black bear down at the bottom of the field. There he goes. He's gone. There he goes. I don't know if you can see him or not. He stopped just at the entrance of the road. Sorry, which is where the turkey's coming from as well. That's it. He's gone. So with this short video, I'll add this to the end. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. The Bob Reporter.
That's all, folks.
I'll be back.